Hi everyone, welcome to Cooking Up Love, where we believe sharing homemade food spreads joy and touches lives. We'll teach you how to make delicious food you'll be proud to share with friends and family. Today we're making our smoked baby back ribs recipe, and if you've been lucky enough to have had these before, you know how delicious they are, and today we're sharing both our recipe and techniques. We like to get our ribs from Costco, where there's always a good selection, and they come in a 3-pack for about $35 or $40. I'm using baby back ribs, also known as pork loin back ribs, and I'm looking for ribs that are nice and meaty with a good amount of marbling. Each rib rack will have about 12 or 13 ribs and will feed about 2 to 4 people. This is the final set I chose, and yeah, you are taking a bit of a gamble because you can really only see the one on top. Let's open this up and see what we've got. The second rack also looks good, and they've taken the silver skin off for us, which is great. If your racks still have a thin membrane across the back, check out the link above to see how to remove. It's super easy. These are going to be so good and really tender. I like to trim up any extra fat and meat flaps along the edges, and I'll just use a pair of kitchen shears. I also feel along the bones. Sometimes there are bone fragments left over from the prep, so I'll cut those out, especially because the kids will be eating these and we don't want them biting off bone chips. And I'll also trim off any of the little ribs that have been left hanging on the side. Okay, now a quick mix of the dry rub for the ribs. We'll need 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 2 tablespoons of black pepper, 2 tablespoons smoked paprika, 2 tablespoons garlic powder, 2 tablespoons onion powder, 2 tablespoons cumin, 2 tablespoons brown sugar, and 2 teaspoons of salt. Mix the spices all together. I've listed the recipe in the description. Once it's all combined, taste the rub and see if it's to your liking. This rub has a nice heat to it, but is not too spicy. If you're looking for some spice, add some more chili powder, pepper, or cayenne. I'm adding a little bit more brown sugar to my rub. Now I'm adding a layer of yellow mustard. The mustard helps the rub stick to the ribs. Then evenly sprinkle with the rib rub. Always season both sides liberally, including the edges. If you love to entertain, check out our playlist for potluck favorites and appetizer recipes. And just a quick thank you for all of the comments and the likes. When you watch and comment on our videos, it helps other people find them, and we really appreciate your help. Smoked baby back ribs are easy to prep and get an incredible flavor from the dry rub that also helps form a tasty bark. They cook low and slow over charcoal and hickory for about 5 hours and then are finished with a barbecue glaze. I'll let these sit on the counter and finish coming to room temperature while I get the smoker ready. After placing the newspaper inside of the chimney starter, I fill it with charcoal and light the newspaper through the holes. After about 15 minutes, they're almost ready. Today we're using our Weber Smokey Mountain Cooker. I'm building up the charcoal inside with a bit of a well in the middle, which is where I'll dump the hot coals. We're going to be using hickory to smoke the ribs. It has a sweet, kind of bacony flavor, and it's really good with pork. We don't need much. I'm nestling 3 pieces into the charcoal. You can see the charcoal near the top is red hot with some white ash on top. Carefully pour the hot coals onto the pile of unlit charcoal, and I'll use a poker to spread the hot coals around. And here's a quick look at the water pan, which has been covered with foil for easy cleanup. Place this inside of the smoker stack. Then set the smoker stack in place and fill the water pan. Cover and wait for the smoker to come to temperature, about 250 degrees, and when the white smoke on the wood has burned off, about 15 minutes. The grill grates have been sprayed with olive oil, and now I'm adding the ribs bone side down. starting with the one on the bottom and then 2 on top, curving them slightly so the rib racks don't touch the sides. Checking the temperature, the smoker is running a little high, so I'll close the vents a little bit to reduce the oxygen getting in and bring the heat down to about 230. Now it's time to mix our spray. It's a mixture of apple juice and apple cider, about a 3-to-1 ratio. Every 30 minutes, I'll check the temperature on the smoker and then liberally spray down the ribs with the apple juice mixture. Every hour and a half, I'll rotate the ribs from top to bottom for even cooking. We have new videos every week. Subscribe and ring the bell so you know when we've posted a new one. The ribs will cook for about 5 or 6 hours, or until we feel some flexibility in the center when we bend them. If they don't bend easily, the ribs aren't quite ready yet. Cover and continue to cook until they do. To finish, slather on your favorite barbecue sauce and then cover the smoker and cook for another 15 to 30 minutes. Your hungry crowd is going to love these tender, finger-licking good ribs. It'll be hard to resist, but the ribs have to rest for about 20 to 30 minutes before we dig in. Fantastic! This is exactly what we're looking for. Delicious, juicy ribs with a thick barbecue glaze and a nice pink smoke ring. Serve these with extra barbecue sauce and your favorite summer cookout sides. Try it out. Let us know how you like them. Remember to subscribe before you leave so you'll know when we've posted a new recipe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.